And we are live.
Did you start the thing, bro?
Morning. Yes, we are live.
Greetings and salutations, Focus Up family. Welcome to the November 18, 2023 Thanksgiving installment of the Focus Up Show. We thank you for tuning in with us live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on YouTube and various other platforms, or catching up with us on replay. And we ask that you click that like, that subscribe, that bell, and share to support and maintain your weekly Focus Up fix. I am Mr. Nice Guy. Nice as in the word Saint spelled backwards. And my co-host today are the lovely First Lady J and the infamous El Pooh. Now, Brother Floyd X is still out. Who knows? Maybe he'll pop in, and Brother Walk. I know he's got some time conflict, so he might be checking in. But those brothers are always in our minds and always in our thoughts. And let's get to the get. What's going on with you, First Lady?
Oh, not much enjoying this Saturday morning, waiting for the rain to kick back in. You tell us.
What to do, El Pooh?
Man, I'm over here, man. I had to come through the rain and everything. That's why I got my coat on. Plus, I was over here. The reason why I didn't get the show started right because I'm over here trying to be cool, like Puff.
Take that.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yep, Saturday. I see it is gonna rain again. I see it's a little wet out there, but we'll see. Let's get to the in the news. First in the news topic is going to be whoops, sorry about that. Is Easy Street. So we talked about this before. Easy E is getting his street, in Compton, and it's actually in a really prime location. So it's going to be off Alameda into the Gateway Town Center. So that's where all the Target and the Best Buy and all that stuff is. So it's going to be one of those side streets into that mall. Probably, if I'm going to guess, it's going to be the street to sort of like lead you to that 24-hour fitness or whatever that gym thing situation is. But that's a dope street to give that brother. So salute to Easy E. Pretty dope.
Salute. It's well deserved. It's well overdue. And salute to Alonzo for actually helping putting this in effect. Alonzo Williams, the man, not without Alonzo, and and that whole podcast over there and everything too. Yeah, salute.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Salute. And then we go from one NWA member to the other one, Ice Cube. What you got for us on this, First Lady?
Ice Cube, the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame, announced it will honor rapper, actor, and founder of the Big Three Basketball League, Ice Cube, with the inaugural Ice Cube Impact Award. It will present Ice Cube with the award on January 15th, 2024, which is on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Ice Cube is being recognized for his extraordinary contributions to the world of basketball, his unparalleled passion for the game, and his unwavering commitment to encouraging crucial dialogues surrounding inclusivity, equal opportunity, and racial and social justice, while contributing to initiatives focused on education and community development.
That's right, Brother Cube doing big things. And again, we believe that the NBA should be working with this brother because he's basically creating like a retirement fund for them. So, salute to the big three, salute to the great things, to the many, many, many great things that Ice Cube has done, what he's been, what he is. So, big fan of the Focused Up Show is a big supporter of Brother Cube. So what you got to say about that, El Pooh?
Yeah, Ice Cube is moving, doing things, man. Even though the NBA is trying to shut his little league down and everything, they're trying to hate on him. But he's a testament to people that's out there trying to do things. Keep on moving. You will get your props. Just keep on doing what you do. Salute, Ice Cube. Ice Cube. He's one of my favorite rappers since like 1987.
Right.
Definitely that dude. And I guess we on rapper detail because we got a brother Andre 3000 with that new album he just dropped. What you got for us, First Lady?
Andre 3000. For the first time in over 17 years, Andre 3000 is releasing an album of new music. New Blue Sun. One thing it is not, however, is a rap record. No bars, no beats, no sub bass. Andre doesn't sing on this joint either. What he does do is play flute, and plenty of it. Contrabass, flute, Mayan flutes, bamboo flutes, along with other digital wind instruments. I would just like to add this. I did listen to some of it. It is different coming from Andre. I didn't have a problem with it. If I was getting a massage, laid back, chilling, it would be the perfect type of relaxation music, mind setting. So there are no lyrics at all. And if you're going through something and just relax your mind, that's what I see the music as. It's totally different from him, totally different take. I can see him not having his fan base on that because they're used to the Andre doing his thing and flowing and spitting bars and stuff. But I'm happy to see that he found something that he loves. He might lose some people, but gain others that look at it from the aspect I'm looking at. He's showing more talent that he has and that he enjoys. So nothing wrong with stepping out on faith and making a change. But sometimes you have to give people a chance. And that's what I did. I'm like, let me see what this is about. And for me, it's definitely something I'll just chill and take a bath to or get a massage to. Can't do much more than that. Can't talk or dance, but it's different coming from
I hear
him.
you. Hey, so what you got to say about it, El Poo?
I haven't got a chance to hear it, but I heard him drop some bars a few months ago, and it was it was typical Andre. Andre is just a different rapper anyway. He evolved, but I understand why he's not rapping because he said he's a grown man now. He doesn't have anything to talk about. It wouldn't sound like the music that people are making today. And I respect him for stepping out and doing different things. You got to elevate. You can't just be the same thing. But the problem I have with it is what's going on with Big Boy. I mean, Big Boy should have been playing the tuba or something on there.
Hey, I'm glad you said that because after listening to First Lady, I was thinking, you know what, I'm gonna keep this positive because I want to see he's a positive black man who's taking a risk, who's sticking his neck out and doing something that he loves, and I do support that. I'm cool with that. But then I do take issue with a guy who says something like, he ain't got nothing to rap about, nothing to say, as if the only time you had something that was worth saying was when you was a kid. That just feeds into that narrative about that rapping is not grown up people's music, and I kind of take issue with that. I listened to his album, and it wasn't for me. I mean, I salute the brother, and that's his dream. That's not for me. I mean, it kind of felt to me like something a parent might stick on a refrigerator with a magnet type situation. I just, it wasn't for me. So, but salute to that brother for doing that. That's where I'm at on that.
He said, stick to a refrigerator with a magnet. Okay.
Analogy. Let me say this though: if it wasn't Andre and you just heard the music, would you appreciate it differently?
I wouldn't even probably bother listening to it. But again, I think First Lady got it right. If I'm on an elevator, it's fine. I guess if I'm going to sleep, it's probably great. That type of situation. But I would never, in my waking, active, just say, hey, I'm just gonna play this type of stuff. This just, that's just not my lane. And I love everything. I love classical. I love something to everything. But I'm just saying that wasn't my thing that I would go to.
Yeah, give it a chance. It might have to grow on you a little bit.
Yeah,
I haven't listened to it yet, so I don't have an opinion.
that's right. Thank you. I sent you the link. You listen to it, and then you holler back at me what you feel about it.
I didn't even go look at the link. I just did my own research. Like, let me see what he's doing. What may I want to see what he's doing with this instrument, these flutes. That's something that he wanted to do, been wanting to do, and he had the opportunity to do, and he just made his own decision to make a change. And like I said, I only listened to two songs and just listen. I thought, okay, this is more like therapeutic music. This is therapy. This is yoga. This is, mind setting, just calm, no words, no nothing. Sometimes people just go to the ocean, to the beach to listen to the water and the sounds of the waves. And that's what it put me in mind of. And if you are an instrumental person, then you can hear the different flows of his flutes. And, like I said, some people are into that. Everything is not going to be for everybody. That's why I say he's going to lose some fans towards that, because and he lost one up there, I think, at the top, because he's not feeling the magnetic thing that goes on the refrigerator. Would I purchase it? No, I would not purchase it. But if I'm getting a massage, I can relax my mind to it. So, and I
Salute.
support his growth.
Hey, salute to that brother again. A positive, dope ass rapper. Dope. His discography is solid. He don't have to do nothing else to cement his legendary status. But
No, but what he's doing is he's stretching it. That's what he's doing, because it's an audience for that type of music. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Absolutely, there is. And maybe he don't want to compete against the trying to be out there and have to call people bees or this and that to make some money, because that's what's selling nowadays, the negative stuff. And he's probably like that. He doesn't want to be a part of that. And we can respect that. Either you make an album or you don't. Go on to act and do something else. He chose to get on his little flutes and do his thing. So
hey,
yes.
shout out to them grown up rappers who figure out something to say as an adult. So,
And also, I respect his acting too, because I liked him in what's that, Jackie Moon? What was that? Semi Pro. I love that. That was a good movie. Go check out Semi Pro, y'all.
Hey,
Shout out to
they did a dope job in Idlewild, so salute to those brothers again. Outkast, legendary, great hip hop crews, and salute to people that venture and take risks and try different things. He ain't the first rapper that did it. Everlast, I think, did a blues album. You got people doing all. Ice-T did the rock. So it's just like do what you do. I salute people doing what you do. So that's that. So,
hold on. Before we go to the next one, we got a couple of comments up in here.
Okay, let's get to some
brother Aaron Williams said, "Vibrate higher." And then he also said he likes all types of music, so I'm sure he'll enjoy it. So it is what it is. He also says some other
stuff. And again, there's a lane for that. And I'm glad that he did it. I'm glad he did it.
And he said the same thing that First Lady was saying. Sometimes people need something like that to clear their mind, So I agree with you, brother. And I know you're saying a lot of stuff, man. We might have to send you the link so you can come on in here and express it.
So on to other grown-up rappers doing grown-up things. Salute to brother Snoop Dogg, because as I understand it, he said that he's trying to move away from smoke. Now, he may not be moving away. Sorry, you know what? I'm stepping on your toes. First Lady, what you got about that?
Snoop Dogg says he is giving up marijuana, or at least smoking it. After much consideration and conversation with my family, I decided to give up smoke. The rapper, whose real name is Calvin Brodus, told his 82.5 million followers on Instagram, "Please respect my privacy at this time."
Now, as I understand it, he's about to launch an edible line. So he may be going the more route of just like, instead of smoking it, ingesting it. And as I understand that, that's a whole lot healthier and way more intense. I'm not going to go into my exposure to the edible thing, but I will never, ever, 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 ever do that again.
Well, that's just enough right there for us. He was the one on Friday, delusional.
Trust me, there was a whole bunch of crazy stuff going on. It's a very funny story, but I ain't about to do that one now. I need some time.
Okay, we hear you.
I don't believe Snoop is going to stop smoking weed. He might slow down. He might not do it in public. He might not do it around his family, but Snoop going to get high.
Hey, getting high again, getting high and smoking is two different things. But I hear what you're saying. And check this out. If he doesn't even accomplish what he's gonna try to do, I still salute trying to do it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
salute to you,
just
bro.
whatever you can do as a grown up to be more healthier, do it because we getting older and it's a whole lot of stuff it's hard. That's just the reality.
Well, you know what he said.
Spoiler alert for you young people.
You see what he said in that post. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna respect his privacy at this time.
That's what's up. That's
Maybe
what's up.
not next time, but this time I will.
I have one thing to say. Instead of me giving him an A for effort, if he try, I'm gonna give him an E for effort. The E is for the edibles. That's what he's gonna be trying to
Word, word, word.
Hey, the First Lady deserve a horn for that one.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And we also got this young brother. I'm not about to mangle his name, but we're gonna go with however First Lady pronounces it. What you got on this brother?
Heman Beckerly, a ninth grader at W.T. Woodson High School, wins Science Challenge for cancer fighting soap invention. Beckerly soap contains three compounds that can reactivate dendritic cells, white blood cells that help the body fight infections. Dendritic cells produce cytokines upon activation. Cytokines are proteins that help to signal other immune cells to attack cancer cells. In a study published in the journal ACS Nano, Beckerly soap effectively killed melanoma cells in mice. The soap also reduced the size of tumors and prolonged the length of time the mice survived. He is working with a team of scientists to develop his soap to potentially help prevent, delay, and treat skin cancers in humans. Did I do his name right?
Oh, it sounded great to me. I mean, this brother. Just think about it. He not only just he won actually multiple awards, but it wasn't just that he got these awards for the science project, but they actually did a study on it to the effectiveness of this thing, and he's actually working with scientists, actual scientists. This 9-year-old, for something that's going to actually help treat cancer. So salute to we always want to salute the youth, the young black minds, the future. They're doing their thing, and this brother is really doing his thing. So salute to that young.
How old was this brother?
He's a ninth grader, so I want to say he's probably 14.
You know what? And he's not a celebrity, so we gotta give him big respect. You know what I'm saying? Well known and everything. Salute to this young brother. Hope you gonna go a long way. You already came a long way.
He already on his way.
There.
You did more than in the ninth grade I did my whole entire life. So yeah, I salute you, bro.
And going from somebody who's doing big things to somebody who's doing other things. What you got for us about the clown show now, First Lady?
Let me see here. Trump. A Colorado judge on Friday found that the former president Donald Trump engaged in insurrection during the January 6, 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol, but rejected an effort to keep him off the state's primary ballot because it's unclear whether a Civil War era constitutional amendment barring insurrectionists from public office applies to the presidency.
I kind of get his point because it talked about people, I think, that were like employed as opposed to someone who's elected. And, my position on this is this guy needs to lose outright. I mean, if he wins, and then that's just how it's going to be. This is a democracy. But the bottom line is, don't give this cat anything else to complain about or cry about, or say that's basically unfair. Let him lose on the merits. And even though he lost on the merits last time, if you can lose twice, maybe we'll be done with him. Well, either way, we're going to be done with him. So, that's kind of my take on it.
Let me correct you on one thing. If he wins, that's the end of democracy.
You're right. He's a despot. He's a dictator, and he
fascist.
And he is going to be going on a revenge tour like we've never seen before.
And he's a racist. Don't get it wrong. It's not just the people that's coming from over the border. I don't believe he appreciates black people as much as unless you support him. Even if you support him, he'll step on you too. So be ready, people. Think about what you're putting up in there. You know what I'm saying? Because when a person is out for revenge, when he tastes blood, it's no telling what he's going to do. So just be careful. Think about it. And I'll say this much too. Please vote. Vote your conscience. Figure out what you need. You know what I'm saying? But this man ain't gonna give you what you need. I ain't gonna say Biden, but I'm gonna tell you like this: you don't want a dictator in office like that. He's telling you he's gonna just wreck everything. So, and plus he's not too smart. He don't even know what the hell he's running against. He thinks he's running. He think he ran against Barack Obama. Right? Come on now.
You got something to say about that, First Lady?
Nah, I'm just listening to you two, and I was just like, yeah, Trump doesn't care about anyone. It doesn't matter the color of your skin. You don't have to be a roach to get stomped on by Donald Trump.
You know, I try to stay away from Trump bashing on the show. I mean, I do think there are positive things that he brings to the table, has brought to the table. But
comedy?
I mean, huh?
What comedy?
Yeah.
Well, no, he made SNL the greatest. No, he literally did contribute to SNL in a masterful way, and that's a prime example. But I will say the things that he did as far as the military, that was probably a good, I think. But again, I'm not here to laud him or anything like that. What I'll say this: there are people that are upset with Biden and saying that, well, I'm just going to vote some third person. I'm just telling you right now, if you do that, you are voting for Trump. You are casting, all of the Trump people are going to vote for Trump. Okay, so if you do anything other than counter that mass, whatever, you are basically just going to get out of his way to win. So remember what happened with Bernie Sanders. All the Bernie Sanders people got upset. They took the ball and ran, and then Hillary lost. So that's what's going to happen if you just decide, well, I don't like the old guy. What about that other old guy? That's my point.
Okay, I got a suggestion. Biden, drop off and let RFK Jr. run. There you have it.
Well, again, if they'll go for that, I don't know. We'll see how that plays out. Again, vote. The main thing is vote and be responsible, and vote and be impactful. But
if you don't vote, don't say anything at all.
And one more time, don't nobody listen to me, so
on the next in the news, the student suspended for saying "Free Palestine." What you got for us, First Lady?
A California student from Corona Del Mar Middle and High School was suspended this week for allegedly saying "Free Palestine" to another student, the Los Angeles Times reported. A person claiming to be a family member of the student posted about the incident on Instagram, alleging that her 13-year-old nephew was suspended after responding "Free Palestine" to threats and taunts from a female student calling him a terrorist.
So just think about that. They focused on the Free Palestine, which really is a proper thing to say. I mean, there's nothing wrong about saying Free Palestine, but they called him a terrorist, and his retort is just Free Palestine. So they didn't harp on the terrorist aspect. They harped on the Free Palestine. And that's why this thing's kind of messy, because, I'm one of those people. I guess my situation is a little bit unpopular, because I accept it. Look, Israel is a country. It's there. They're in control of that land. They have a government. They have an army. At some point, you have to acknowledge that they exist. That is a nation. You can feel however you feel about how they came to be, but people over here in America should not be sitting there talking about an occupied state over there, considering that this is the occupied state, just because this happened a whole lot longer ago. So, but again, the people of Palestine are absolute victims in this. This is about Hamas. This is about Israel, and it's also about how their tactics. So if you feel like they're not being as responsible enough to protect the third party Palestinians, that's a legitimate gripe.
Well, if you was to ask Ice-T and Luke, they'll say, "Here we go again." Here we go again. I mean, freedom of speech. Now you got Trump out here attacking prosecutors, judges, and anybody else, and he's talking about his First Amendment right to speak freely. This young man said, "Free Palestine." I see no harm in that. But if somebody's calling you a terrorist and stuff like that, that can bring a whole lot of harm to you because people can take that literally and do something to you. So this is a dangerous game that they're playing, and I think it's unfair. It's really unfair. Not like Trump saying it's unfair, but it's really truly unfair. Real talk.
I hear what you said.
You know, it was something interesting that I had read and heard in the news is that the mother of the son said that when she was picking up her son, the principal had a book titled Israel, A Simple Guide to the Most Misunderstood Country on Earth. And that's something that the mother noticed. And, you know, apparently there were some other things where some of the Jewish students had been attacked, things were written on their locker. And, you know, it's a lot going on with this situation to where they're wondering why what her child said is so wrong compared to all this other stuff that's going on within the school and no one else is getting suspended or any action is taken.
You know, and this is kind of a messy situation. We should be sympathetic to those that need to be sympathetic or worthy of sympathy. And the fact of the matter is there's a lot of Jewish people. There's people in Israel that are Jewish that still feel like believe in a ceasefire. Just because your government does something doesn't mean that the people of the government are okay with it. So the fact of the matter is there's a lot of Jewish people that don't have this type of animosity that they're probably just getting accused with by association. So we should be sensitive to both sides of that argument. Again, this is really about the Israel government and the Hamas government institution, whatever, you know, and it's messy. And I'm sure that both of them have some type of claims or interests or concerns or some issues that are probably have something to them. But the bottom line is once you start killing innocents, once you start killing people that really don't have much to do with anything, you are wrong, period.
Right.
So,
yeah, America, you're wrong because you've been doing that to black people since we got here. Anyway, I had to say that. I just had to say
that. That's what's up. So that's all in the news, and it's probably time to get over to the topics. But
you want to do the commercials this time, bro?
Oh, okay, we can do some commercials. I didn't know if we were gonna do that because you know Brother Floyd X has still been waiting to do his new crop, but
but he ain't here. We running the inmate. The inmates is taking over. We doing it this time.
Inmates is running the asylum. So what you got for us, El
Right.
Poo?
Here we go.
Salute to La Brea Trucking for all your trucking needs, your cross-country trucking needs. You know, that brother is a dear member of the Focus Up family, and you know, salute to him and well wishes in all of his ventures and everything. So, what we got up next?
Let's go with
That's right, for that halal righteous meat. You know, I still need to contact this brother to see if I get some of them beef ribs sent to me. Since my regular plug stopped selling the type of ribs that I like. But yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get Jaywalk some of that bacon he was looking for. I think it's turkey bacon that we might have for him. Then one more for you.
That's all right. Go get you some of that black honey. That is gobealive.org. That's the website. Shout out to Sister Nidra. You know, we will bring you back on the show, but we want to make sure that Brother Floyd X is on because he's got a bunch of questions for you. So, you know.
Yeah. And remember, That sticky icky. That's what you got. Another one here. Let's toppy woppy.
I'm from the city of Compton, where you want to get your plug. Light green and fluffy, sticky, smelly, and lovely. Got that powder too, you know what it do. Caribbean flavor, sit still on my plate. Bust do what they can.
Go check him out on all major platforms. Go check out Mr. Toppy Woppy. And we got another one here. We're going to run this one because he's been consistent. I think he's been on for like 3 weeks now.
That's right, registered in the neighborhood near you. So shout out to our brother Jay Walker. Should I say brother Walker? That's the Thursdays at 9 p.m. Sex Talk with Walk.
Yes, sir. And we got one more. That's us right here. So make sure to check us out every Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time. And also, we don't have a commercial for it. We're going to have to get one for next week. Right after this show, 10:30, the Spin That Back show. We're going to talk about white producers in hip-hop, or the hip-hop history. You know, we ain't going to talk about
Greatest.
that now because,
Greatest white
greatest
producers.
white producers. Because we, it's all about throwback hip-hop. So it is what it is. Now, back to our regularly scheduled program.
And before we go there, I just want to send a shout out to JC and, the Homies Way Car Club. JC, a foundational Focus Up member. So, shout out to that brother and that movement. I know they got constant activity and something's supposed to be going on that First Lady is working with. But, shout out to our brother JC.
That's right. So let's get into these topics, bro.
All right, so the first topic we're going to talk about is Thanksgiving. So, this is one of these topics that gets people like worked up on Facebook. You got the hoteps and the brothers that are super rah-rah, just like, I don't celebrate Thanksgiving because, I know what Thanksgiving about. And, honestly, I don't think they really fully understand what Thanksgiving about because as I understand it, Thanksgiving, the essence of it, the basis of it, actually started with something that the Native Americans was doing before they involved, the Pilgrims. It just was a situation where they decided to reach out to those people and help those people, and that was just their first coming together. But really, it was basically about bringing in the harvest and just celebrating a point in time and being thankful for what you got. So when you reduce that holiday to that, to me, this is something that holds up. Because this was an opportunity for me. Like I'm from, my family is from Memphis, Tennessee, and most of us kind of all came over here around the same time, and we were basically all that we have once we came out here, and that was one of the few days that we get together, a year. We got together 3 times a year, and when you think about it, it's like if you do this for 10 years. That's 30 times. That's like 30 times you're going to see these family members. And that's pretty much your exposure and your experience. And because Thanksgiving created such an opportunity to do that, I'm very appreciative. I'm very appreciative of having 2 days off back to back. And then the food is always the greatest. As a kid, Christmas was my favorite just because of what I would get. But, once I became an adult, Thanksgiving was my favorite because of the food. That was the best meal of the year for me. So that's my position on it. Now, I don't know what you guys' take on it. What you got? What's your take on it, First Lady?
Some of my sentiments are exactly towards yours. I look at Thanksgiving as a time to bond with the family, and I get 2.5 days off, so I get 4.5 days for weekend time. But I started a tradition many years ago to play that big mama role to keep the family going with Thanksgiving. I do all the cooking. I ask everybody to bring nothing but themselves. Let me thank you for being you. Let me supply the meal. It also helped me to bond with my father's side of the family. Now, I get to have the best of both worlds, my mom and my father's side. And, I do dinner for everyone, and it's kind of bigger than Christmas to me as well, because we really enjoy each other and spend a lot of time. And for me, Thanksgiving is going to be different from now on. That was the last time that I talked to my dad. That was the last time my dad was alive, where I got to see him and hear his voice while I was hosting Thanksgiving for his side of the family. So this will be my first Thanksgiving without my father, but I am so grateful to have had him in my life. And Thanksgiving was important to him, which also made it important to me as well, because not only on Thanksgiving am I feeding my family, I typically feed the homeless as well. So it means a lot, because there are a lot of people that are not fortunate enough to have a meal like we are, or have our family and bond with our family. So I think that day is very important. Not that we shouldn't help the homeless at all times, but for many years that's been a part of our tradition too, to feed the homeless. And so that's why Thanksgiving means so much to me, is the giving and then the thankful and then giving. So I could flip flop it all together. I'm just thankful all over.
Okay. Before I say my part on this, I'm going to go ahead and address this question that Mr. Tony Boyd said. Why do Native Americans not celebrate Thanksgiving? It's because they celebrate the harvest, basically, and we just explained. And my take on Thanksgiving is, I just recall growing up, being around the family, my whole small family, which was like my grandmother, her sister, my mother, my siblings, probably my uncle, and his family. He had like his wife and their kids, and that was about it. But it was always a big old table. The old folks cooked the food. My sister probably got in there and messed up some, but she know how to cook now. But and I love my sister's macaroni and cheese. Yeah, I don't like the chicken. I'm gonna tell you right now. I grew out your chicken when I started eating other people's chicken. But anyway, the whole point of it is, it's a time to get together with the family and everything. And if you're really thankful, you should be thankful every day anyway. But it's a time to get together with the family if that's what you got. And we got away from that as a tradition, in my family personally. And I miss those days. And I still got pictures of us, sitting around the table with the whole family. You got all the food and everything, and it's like nostalgic. And that's the only thing I can say about Thanksgiving. I really don't celebrate as a holiday for the reasons that other people do, and it's taken out of context. And between Halloween and Thanksgiving, Christmas comes. Christmas came in October. They got Christmas trees and everything up. I remember back in the day, Christmas season started after Thanksgiving, but because of marketing and trying to sell stuff, man, it's Christmas time already.
Hey, Mariah Carey got like a show or something before Thanksgiving, a Christmas show. So I think it was on the 15th. Matter of fact, so
Hollywood Bowl, yeah. And I get tired of hearing that old tired song. I never did like that damn.
You know what? Hey, I'm definitely not a person that's gonna celebrate Christmas because of the whole pagan dynamics and stuff like that. I love that song. You know what? I'm a fan of Christmas music. Christmas music is pretty awesome. So
I think Christmas is for the kids. We
it
know
is
it's
definitely.
about the birth of Christ and so forth, but I think Thanksgiving is more New Year's, and Thanksgiving more for the adults. So Thanksgiving, the whole family, period. Like Christmas, everyone has their own family, have kids and stuff. You don't really want to pull people away. Kids don't get to enjoy their toys. They go to other people's house and can't take their stuff. So I think, it doesn't mean the same as with Thanksgiving. And even if you guys know this, Thanksgiving is so big now till they start doing Friendsgiving. I'm going to a Friendsgiving event, and it's today, and it's not like just about being with family. You're thankful for your friends, your circle, the people that you surround yourself with outside of your family. So now they start creating Friendsgiving. That goes to show how big Thanksgiving was to a lot of people. And there are so many people still without meals on Thanksgiving. Um, it's bigger than Christmas, to me. Christmas is a beautiful thing, it really is, but the bonding part of Thanksgiving is a big difference. Outside you guys watching the bullcrap football games, but yeah, that part.
Oh yeah, I love that. Hey, I want to say about what Tony Boyd's comment, and the thing
Yeah.
about it is, I think about Rakim, and he says it's not where you're from, it's where you're at. Some of these traditions, we understand that they came out of things that were maybe not necessarily the ideal type of situation, but considering where Thanksgiving landed, to me, Thanksgiving has landed in a very righteous place as long as you disassociate it with the Native Americans and the Pilgrims. The Native Americans and the Pilgrims has never been brought up at any of my family function or anything through the course of my life. So that it's never been about that. It's always been about us, our family getting together, eating, fellowshipping, and just connecting. And like El Poo, I'll admit that, a lot of the elders have died off, and unfortunately we don't get together like we used to. And, that's sad. That's unfortunate. But
I think we spending too much time on this Thanksgiving. Let's get to the juicy topic, bro. Let's get to the getting.
All right. So we're going to get to Cassie and her Diddy issues. Now, Cassie, the singer, she had an on and off relationship with Diddy for quite some time. And as she alleged that he was very abusive, that she says that he forced her to have sex with other men while he watched. He was physically abusive with her. When they at one point that she tried to leave him, and she said that he went to Los Angeles and broke into her home and raped her. Now these are accusations. I'm not, but again, this is what she said. And she filed a lawsuit, and within 24 hours, it got settled. And
let me say this, bro. Just instead of using that R word, say sexually assaulted her. Because I think you.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to say. Yeah, we don't want to get flagged for that. So yes, I was supposed to say great, but yes, sexually assault is a much better term. And the fact of the matter, and it's all accusations, but a big payout was made, a big payout, and we know that it was on Thursday. They had her attorney had told them that they had offered 8 figures. And then on Friday it was settled. So you got to be thinking about, that was some sizable settlement. And just so you know that, just because the complaint was filed on whatever Thursday and the settlement reached on Friday, doesn't mean that's the first time Diddy's people saw the complaint. Because usually what happens is you're going to basically send them like a demand letter. And if you don't have the goods, you'll just send them a demand letter and hope that it just goes away with that. But if you got the goods, when you send the demand letter, you're going to send them a draft of the complaint. You're going to be like, look, this is what we're going to file if you don't accept our demand. So it's not like he was surprised. He shouldn't have been surprised by the contents of it. But I am surprised that if you were willing to let it go to the filing stage, that it would get put away so quickly. And you know what? Maybe that was on her side. Maybe she came down. But I don't know. I don't want to speculate about that. But we know that brother's got a lot of stuff going on, and this is going to be one less thing because of that settlement. What you got to say about this, First Lady?
I have some unanswered questions with all of these accusations or things that allegedly take place because I'm wondering, like, did she have a plan in hand? Did she deal with these things and accept this so she can get paid off for him? Because why why not go to the police? Like, he's a celebrity. If how can you let someone just force and do something to you? Like, you can call the popos if you want out. You can leave. I mean, nobody wants to call the popos on their man or whatnot. If somebody's beating you, you don't have to tolerate. A man or a woman are only going to do what you allow them to do. So it's more so like she allowed that these are people that's in the public eye every day. So you can expose him easily, even if you don't tell the police. You can put it out there, social media. You want so it's almost. I'm like wondering, like, did she accept all these accusations allegedly to get paid? Well,
Let me give you an alternative take on that, First Lady. We know that there's a lot of people in domestic abuse situations that don't get out of it, that basically stay in it for whatever reason that they do. So just because they don't come out with it doesn't mean that this stuff is not occurring. But in her particular situation, you're dealing with a very powerful person. Now, to give
Well,
you an
hold
analogy,
on. Let me add a little bit more context to it.
I'm not saying he didn't do the thing.
She also said this. He kept her drugged up and on alcohol and stuff like that too. Those drugs can actually play a big factor in this too.
and not only that, the fear factor of a powerful person. For example, if you were to ever find yourself dealing with the mob in a type of bad situation, what you're probably not going to do is go to the cops because the cops might not be enough. So when I say that, when you're dealing with Puffy and what she was dealing with and his people and his connections, she was probably concerned that, I'm saying if this happened, I'm not saying it was true. So I don't mean, I'm just giving some perspective as why, how it could play out, is that a lot of these people feel that they're just way too powerful. And if I go to the police, I'm just going to get more in trouble because they're going to get to me. They know where I am.
And if
Not
you
only
know
that,
people are so powerful or have a history, I'm sorry for because you are doing things. Why even get involved in a relationship with them? But
he was
because
young. She was young. She was
She was
19. He was like maybe 7.
19 years old.
He's way older than her.
He
And
was
then another thing,
37.
yeah.
She was 19.
Here's another thing. This is not the first alleged person, or well, allegedly he put his hands on his ex, the one that he has two little twins that look like the mama from the top and look like the
we get we get what you're saying. Yeah,
he ended up dead.
with you.
He ended up dead. That will scare you.
Right.
So, he made threats. He threatened her a whole lot. He threatened the dude she was talking to, a rapper named Kid Cudi. He said he was going to blow up his car. His car came up blown up.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that.
I'm not saying he didn't do any of those things.
I ain't saying he did it either.
Yeah. We just saying that money makes you powerful. Connections make you powerful. I mean, so that's the thing about it. And depending on how they use that stuff or where they're coming from, you got to be of the mindset that you can really battle and toe to toe and win. So, some
Here's
people
another
just
thing,
don't. Some people not strong enough for that.
I'm gonna tell you this though, the floodgates are open now. If he put his hands on any other woman out there, it might not be what's that girl, Faith? It might not be Mary J. Blige. It might be one of those girls from Danity Kane. Sign these NDAs and all that other stuff. Somebody else is going to come after Puff. If he did this to any other woman, allegedly, they might come because they see that money. His wallet is open now.
And you don't want none of this. You don't want none of this sort of like adding to the table when you got all that Tupac stuff, playing out that's coming for you. So it's stuff. What were you about to say, First Lady? I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was just saying, coming out, we're going to have like Bill Cosby, this one coming, that one coming. Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
exactly.
Like,
Exactly. So
And he must have been going through this for a while because a few months ago, I don't know how long ago, but a while ago, he changed his name to Brother Love.
brother boxing glove, punching glove. Like,
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now he got to change his name to P. Diddy Do It.
So is that enough on
I think we done peed on Diddy enough.
No, we haven't. There's one more thing.
Take that, take that, take that.
don't. So now there's this video that's circulating around about this kid party where these kids are playing with fake guns and fake money and all this other stuff. Basically, copying what the adults are doing with the video they're doing in the videos. And this is kind of messy. On the one hand, these kids will not remember this, but on the other hand, it's just kind of a bad environment to be trying to raise your kids in.
Wait a minute, what you mean they won't remember it? They got it on video. It's on the internet. They can always research and look this up.
They may get the information, but I'm gonna tell you this. This is a real situation with me and my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
There used to be a cartoon called Angry Beavers. Every single time that came on, I would get up with her and me and her would dance to the whole intro theme. We did this. No matter, I was in school at the time, no matter what I was doing, that was our thing. We would get up and dance whenever this show came on and this theme song came on. And I'm telling you, she does not remember any of that.
No, I get your point, but she was about to. All right. Yeah. But did you have the internet?
Yeah, well, she has me telling her about it, but my point is she
Okay.
still has no recollection of it. So that was like all about good parenting gone to waste in that particular regard. But I'm just saying that these kids will probably not have a personal direct memory of this type of thing. But the bottom line is if they keep doing it, they're going to build memories of this stuff, and they're going to normalize this type of activity. And this, to me, this is dangerous. We shouldn't be playing with toy guns. This we're going to talk about Tamir, because this to me, this is a segue into that situation. But I mean, just we got to do better. We got to do better.
Wait a minute. I understand what you just said, but they got toy guns nowadays that have the little orange thing on it, on the barrel, and they got them different colors, neon. Actually, they got real guns with neon colors and stuff too, actually. So you saying, I remember growing up, we played cops and robbers and all this stuff. We had guns, little toy guns and cap guns and all this old stuff. Didn't nothing happen to us. No police. We didn't get shot by the police because we had toy guns.
You didn't get shot
Something
by
went wrong. Something went wrong in society.
Hey, El Poo, you didn't get shot by the police, but you may or may not have done some shooting and been shot at. In fact, I know for a fact that you've been shot at.
But you brought up Tamir Rice, though. He didn't shoot at anybody.
Well, no. Well, my point is that when you're dealing with these guns, fake guns, especially fake guns that look like real guns and they're toys, it's reckless to be sitting there like, before we, what? I don't know. You want to go into that first later, or you want to talk about this party first?
I will say my little bit on this party. Seeing that video is very disturbing and heartbreaking. For me, I'm not a fan of toy guns at all. I don't even want my grandkids playing with water guns. I feel like with these toy guns, children can't decipher the difference of real guns, fake guns. They don't understand that if they get a hold of a real gun and they shoot someone, especially like if they watch video games and see these shootings and they shoot somebody and they see these characters get back up. And so I don't like parents allowing their children to watch what's that like play Grand Theft Auto, all those type of things. I have a major issue with guns, especially with all this gun violence going on today. These kids cannot decipher the difference, so they might get a hold of a real gun and aim it, just or just pull a trigger and thinking that person gonna get back up. And even with the money thing, that's not promoting. If you want to promote to your children how to sell stuff, what I did with my kids, I would take them to the places like Costco or downtown when they were in elementary school, and I would let them buy a variety of things so they can go to school and sell those things and earn their money, know that they don't have to rob, cheat, or steal anyone to get paid to make money. I didn't want them getting caught up in their peers telling them a fast life, if you can get out there and sell drugs or carry your gun. um or I wasn't buying them the video games to watch and have my son saying, oh, if you shoot this person, they're gonna get back up. The zombie, they're just gonna pass down for a minute. I didn't sugarcoat anything with my kids in life. So these parents promoting this just like pretty much telling these kids with a gun, it's good entertainment, it's good money, get that money. That's not creating generational wealth. That's not teaching our kids anything. It's very disturbing and heartbreaking. And I say more so the guns than anything because they don't know the difference. Everybody is not as safe as we expect them to be. We're locking their guns up. Otherwise, you wouldn't have all these deaths going on with these children still with guns. It's the parents. I don't even see how they even post such things. Who posted, and how can you feel like this is norm? It's like I don't know where it took place, but it's very disturbing and sad because those are the kids that may still get caught up in like, oh yeah, yes, this is how we do it. Yes, yes, yes. No, it's not. It's not how we do it.
They
And
should
my
set,
thing,
they
go
should
ahead.
set an example for these parents. They should lock their asses up for even doing this type of stuff. And then, like I say, set an example so nobody else would do this type of stuff, because this is not healthy for anybody in this situation. You should never put a child in any type of adult situation, mocked or whatever, you know? So
Mhm.
that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, the fact that they even posted it, the kids are just doing what the parents are doing. So it's kind of like shaming the parents for doing it, but like super shaming them for actually posting it and sharing it and promoting it.
Right.
Because, and I want to say about your comment about the play guns and stuff like, you're right. I grew up with toy guns and stuff like that. And my thing is that I don't like to encourage a gun as a toy. To me, a gun is a very serious thing that you need for safety. So, for example, we raised my daughter, my wife raised my daughter, and my two nieces, and we taught them how to use a gun. So we taught them took them to the shooting range, taught them how to never put your finger over that trigger, to always put it on that outside, just very thing, never sweep anybody with the barrel of it. So you understand that it's a very serious thing when you have a gun, and I don't ever want to associate playing and toying with that. So that's kind of the reason why I feel about that. As it relates to brother Tamir Rice, go ahead. You was about to say something?
I was getting ready to say we got a comment here that I think is pretty interesting. BFE, Big Frank Entertainment. As a mentor, it's a huge, terrible thing. I am coming by a lot of young adults. Sadly, kids in this toxic agenda, they are putting on media that is. I guess they're looking at the media and thinking it's cool to get it
To
out the
get it
mud.
out. Yeah, it's
Like
cool to
it's
struggle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. You said a whole
exactly.
lot more. I mean, brother, we get your point right there, bro. I mean, I know you got a lot to say right here, but next time we're gonna send you the link so you can come on in there, bro.
Yeah,
I'll
and you
put it
know
up
what?
here, bro.
He always says some great comments though. It's
What's
not
up?
fun. It's sad. Parents would let their vulnerable children get raised by social media.
Yeah.
Big facts. So big shout out. One of his students made threats last year, and now is listening to gospel music and goes to church. Amen. See,
Right.
and that's the thing about it. It's what you associate with and what you normalize. And to me, I'm gonna try to push kids to more positive things. I understand that they'll get out of this stuff. Some people can do these terrible things or be in the mud and still get out of it and turn their things around. But I would just prefer to give them a better chance. That's kind of my take on that.
But
But
what
I
was you
know
gonna
you
say
want to.
about Tamir Rice, though? Go
That's
ahead.
right. I know you want to talk about brother Tamir Rice. Now, first, let me be very sensitive to his family. This is a black youth that died, and that's an absolute tragedy. And for his family that lost this dear loved one, that's a tragedy. But I'm gonna tell you, this is why I always want to separate the Tamir Rice situation from the Trayvon Martins and the guy that got choked out for selling cigarettes at the liquor store. To me, this was a different type of a tragedy, because this is a brother that was going around through the course of the day pointing a fake gun at people that looked like a real gun, and basically, just as strangers, like this was some type of a joke. And this is an example of me saying that a gun is not a toy to play with. Because if some kid were to point something at me that looks like a real gun and I got something on me, I'm letting that kid have it. So the bottom line is, this is a situation where I don't think the cops did something wrong in this situation. I think what happened was a tragic situation because it wasn't a real gun. They weren't in a real threat, but they didn't know it. There was a mistake that was made. When the dispatcher told the cops about the situation, they did not tell the cops that this might be a toy gun. So they were reacting to, hey, someone's got a gun in a park. And it turns out this Tamir Rice, who was a young kid, but he was 5'7", 195 pounds, which is my height and a little heavier. So he looked like a grown-ass man with a real-ass gun. And he pointed at the cops, and that's go time. So it's a tragedy. But to me, this cannot be acceptable. Don't play with guns. Guns ain't toys.
Well, I
Agreed.
guess you made your point, bro. I'm not even mad at you. You know, it is what it is. I ain't got nothing else to say about it. I mean, hey, I don't agree, but I can respect where you're coming from with that. So, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, we were young, we played with guns, we didn't get shot by the police, and we surely didn't get shot within 3 seconds. You know, it is what it is, bro. I mean, hey, but either way, I think it's about time for us to almost peck it
Whoa,
up.
whoa, 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 whoa,
Oh,
whoa, whoa. We got to go a little bit in the overtime because we owe
okay.
First Lady something. That's right. So we're going to talk about the meal. All right. So, hey, you got that picture? You got that picture?
Yes, I do. Let me get it
So,
up
so
there.
this is what's going on social media. This brother says, this girl took me on a lunch date today at Sam's Club and she spent $4.17. She ain't got to worry about seeing me no more. So she got, so that's a pizza and a hot dog. And to me, this is kind of like the flip side of that whole Cheesecake Factory thing. How dare a dude like right off a sister who whatever she gave you, whatever she did for you, you should have been appreciating. You guys should be connecting on the basis of your interaction, not the basis on what she bought for you. This to me, this is a failure of humanity to even go there. I mean, it's a funny meme, but it would be an absolutely ridiculous position for a youngling to take, and you are going to miss out on something quality over that. What you got to say about this, brother El Poo? Because I understand you have a different take on this.
Let me zoom in on
Oh,
it.
speaking of zooming in, go ahead, think about it and say what you got to say.
Man, that's probably all she had.
My point.
Appreciate that. That's probably all she had. She gave what she could. And you know what? You probably only had 30 minutes for lunch anyway, bro. So, you know, hey, she did something. I ain't mad. I am not mad.
Hey, you know what, El Poo? I thought you were gonna say something different, but because of that,
He definitely deserves that because that's pretty much my take on it. It's even my take on that when it comes to men. You don't know if that's all that a person have, and especially coming from a female that probably have children. You don't know her situation. And you're right, Mr. Nice Guy is just the opposite of the Cheesecake Factory thing to me. The way I look at it, people, excuse me, are putting value on the wrong thing. Like there are some cases where a woman may ask her man for some money, and she might say she need $50 to get her hair or nails done, and it may take that man all day to get that $50, but he gives it to her, or maybe just give her 40 and not the whole 50, and she may be pissed off, not knowing what it took for that man to get that $40. Then she might call another guy and he rush, oh yeah, you can have the $50. And now she may be ready to leave her man because this guy gave her the $50 immediately, but that man that gave her the $40 instead of 50 took all day, not knowing he probably had to rob Peter to pay Paul to get that $40 because he was doing it out of love to give her her last versus that man that just upped and gave her the money and don't give a woody woot too because he just want to get the cookie on about his business. And a lot of women lose out because of that reason. Same with a meal, worried about a man taking you to Cheesecake Factory versus Maestro's or something of that nature. Stop putting value on the wrong thing. And the same with a man. If a woman is willing to give you her last or take a little bit, that might be all that she has versus that female that may, and especially if a female is spending money on you, period, be grateful and thankful for that. Because typically a lot of men claim women don't want to do that. They just want you to hand out to them. But it could be the last. You value on the wrong things, men and women are. Like I said before, it you don't know what it took to get that. And if a person is willing to give you their last and show and share their last, speaks way more volume than those that just trying to floss and put on a show for you. So
Add
thank you.
one more thing to that. Yeah, if the man that hit and left you the $40, hey, that's what you're worth. Anyway, Tony Boy said, first is to get to know, not what you spend, and that I agree with that too.
Absolutely.
Salute. So I think we covered everything. We crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's.
I reckon we did. We did.
All right.
We
So
did.
again, thank you for watching, your support. Again, click that like, that subscribe, that bell, and share to support and maintain your weekly Focus Up Fix. And don't forget, in about less than 30 minutes, spin that back.
Tune back in.